So you have a high level of respect for Black women, um, and I noticed that in how it is different in how you value them in entrepreneurship and partnering with them.
Yeah.
How is that when you value and not look at them as objects or
I think. Well, I mean, everything's about is based off perception anyway. The way that we move amongst each other in this universe is based off of how we perceive each other. Um, so the same way that the way you perceive yourself determines how you perceive things around you. Um, if you come to an understanding like I did that our women, particularly our Black women, are um, the mothers of creation. Um, they are the entry point, the birth point of things. Then, as a man, as a king, as a god, you begin to submit to their righteous and their royalty and their divinity, knowing that that can benefit you. Honestly, I mean, the idea of a man being the all-knowing, you know, pinnacle of a home, that's a Eurocentric idea anyway. If you go back to much of what we know of our the roots of our African culture, the woman was the pinnacle. The woman had, you know, the wisdom. The woman led the armies. The woman was respected, exalted, and worshipped to be a gateway, as they obviously are. So in business, in life, and in relationships, I've found it to be common sense to uplift the women around me and cultivate their best self. And then the benefits are a byproduct of that. Money becomes a byproduct when you know who you are and you're walking in your divine purpose. Happiness, peace, and joy, all these things that make a woman her best. It's my job to make sure she has it. It's my job to elevate her, and it's my job to give her the opportunity to be her best her, because a woman is like a garden. People are like gardens, but particularly a woman, in the sense that if you take care of her, she's going to feed you. Not in just a physical sense, but in mental, and in every other way. So just like it's a man's role to open doors. We all know that. And more than just the physical sense, though. A man should open doors for you mentally. A man should open doors for you, guiding you in your spiritual journey. A man should open doors of financial abundance to you. There's plenty of doors that a man is supposed to open to you. But that man is also supposed to be wise enough that when it comes time for things to be conceived, you should probably rely heavily on the species that conceives and births things. So it's been different times of my life and different seasons where I've relied heavily on the intuition of the women near me and the women in tune with my life, my mother, my God, mother, the women that have been close to me in various seasons to know where I'm going. I've relied on their vision as conceivers and those who are birthers. You dig what I'm saying? When I've been trying to create something and bring something into fruition, I definitely respect, honor, and appreciate the presence of those who birth. So, but you would never reach that state of mind if you weren't trying to understand the value of a woman. Most men don't see women as assets; they see them as ass. And if you can't see something for what it is, you will never treat it the way that it needs to be treated. You'll never, if you see something and don't understand the value of it, you're not going to take the steps necessary to keep it in the condition that it should be in, let alone to enhance it. But part of being a king and part of being in your God state is that you enhance and increase the value of everything around you. So you wouldn't look at a woman objectively. Like, I feel like this. Most guys, when they're looking for a woman, they're looking for someone that could fit in their construct, and they're trying to find someone that she would benefit him based off of what he sees for himself and what he got going on. And she could be essentially, a worker. She could help with this, whatever this is, right? A wise man would be looking for a woman who can enhance him in the way she sees his enhancement taking place, not coming in and submitting to what you've already imagined in a position or a job or a state of mind that a preconceived notion for another being. No, if you understand yourself and you understand a woman, you understand her godship, she's gonna see something that you don't see. She's in tune with something that you're not in tune with. And if you trust that and submit to it, that's a big thing. Most men particularly don't know because we don't have examples. We don't have examples. Y'all women be so hard on and we be so hard on ourselves, but we didn't have examples. So, well, understanding can be applied, you give it. And as you understand something, and you exemplify the understanding, that's an overstanding. And with each overstanding, you'll create a habit. What I'm trying to tell you is that if you understand something, you start utilizing it. You utilize it enough, that'll become your new habit, your new way of life. And that overstanding has byproducts to it. That overstanding means that you are now doing something that will create a benefit to you. So if you understand what I just said, then I want you to begin to honor, uplift, and elevate the women around you. And man, you're going to elevate in the process beyond what you could conceive, because thus far you've been limited by just your mind. And you want people to execute the things of your mind. What if, just what if, you attract, and then attached to the mind of another divine being and built something together? Most guys don't get the opportunity to do that because then they ruin the dope relationships, connections that they could have with women because they trying to fuck on them. And you ruin the ability to have a free-forming connection, a bond, and even a mentorship. You can learn so much from a woman. Women teach communities. You might teach your homies. So putting things in their proper light gives you the ability to utilize them properly in your life. But it all goes back to the value.